Live stream, started video transmission. I should be live, but I have no idea if I'm live or not, so I'm gonna check that. But in case I'm live right now, I should do the live stream. Oh, I can hear myself. Video transmission. Perfect. Sound is also good. Hello everyone, I'm Yasin. I want to check Jake Bowen and Mark Holcomb's guitar in this live stream. I don't know if I look good. I think I don't look good enough, but let's see if I can fix that in a couple of seconds. I don't have a video structure, comparison structure at the moment. I just want to go along, but my idea is to check the specs first, side by side, and after that I have my DAW in front of me and I will just record, hopefully same or similar stuff, and do a side-by-side comparison again in terms of sound. Probably it's not gonna be not probably, for sure it's not a good comparison because I am the only one person who's gonna play this thing, and I'm not a robot, so there will be a lot of differences, but at least in terms of tone you can understand if it's good or not. So yeah, welcome to the stream, Elias. What was I saying? I was saying welcome, and I was saying that we will do specs comparison and tone comparison. There's probably nothing else. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer, but in terms of feeling and comfortability, it's not, it's personal. It's not something that you will feel the exact same way as I do, but I am ready to answer like whatever you need. Like if it's chugging, just tell me. Yeah, it's chugging. Yeah, yes. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit, probably a little bit more complex than that. So for that, I should ditch the lead tone and go to the distorted one. So that's the tone. I will talk about the tone details as well, but before that I want to change the screen, and after that I will bring two tabs with two web pages open. Of course. How can I do that though? I will get my Chrome here. I'm gonna move it up, and in the meantime you can tell me how are you feeling. For example, Elias, how are you, dude? What's up? How's life? Let me know. It's really raining here, and not just raining, but there's a stupid stormy, windy weather. It's gonna be a pain in the ass in the weekdays. So I'm almost ready. I'm just gonna change and transition into big monitor. No, let's check this one. Big monitor, small screen. That's not a small screen. Let me make myself a little bit small, and like here. Yeah, that looks stupid. Usually streamer guys do something like this, right? Okay, and I will do my best to move everything in the correct area. So I am not gonna memorize everything, so I just brought whatever we have here and I'm going to show you guys. First of all, this beautiful thing is not mine, and you can actually buy this. This is not a sponsor kind of video, but I just want to say that if you want this guitar, you can just buy it. I got it for review from Very Nice Guitars, and you can go to Very Nice Guitars to check this one, and it's in summer sale, so probably it's gonna be much cheaper compared to other websites and companies that you can buy this. Anyway, so I'm gonna read exactly this one, and we are going to change the guitars, and I will read the other one and we will do comparison. You can ask any questions in the comment section if you're watching after the live stream, or if you are in the live stream, please let me know. Please say hi, and if you have any questions, hey dude, how's the feeling on the neck for the Jake Bowen or with the Mark Holcomb, and I will do my best to answer for you. Okay, let's go. So this guy has 5-piece of maple and walnut neck. Good to know. I usually care when it's not painted, but this has a beautiful race car-ish blue, metallic blue, and I really like that, but I'm not quite sure in terms of tonality how maple with walnut is affecting it. It's basswood body, it's usually lighter and beautifully resonant on the high end. Fretboard is bound ebony fretboard, and this thing is amazing. It has 27 frets. I don't know if I'm gonna use anything above 24, but I didn't make the demo yet, so it's literally the first day that I have this for review. So we're gonna check. Hopefully I will do my best to use 27th fret if I can. And on the 12th we have special inlay for this guitar. Hopefully you can read. I know you can read. I just want to go along, and let me close this one too. The bridge, it's interesting. This is the first time I am seeing this bridge. It is Gibraltar Elite bridge, and the string goes sideways compared to the spring. I saw the exact same or similar design in Earth guitars when I was doing the review. Of course, this is much better and user-friendly in terms of muting. It's amazing. So far, with the setup that I did, I liked it. And I don't know, it's not really different or original compared to other brands that I can talk about for comparison, but we're gonna check that. String spacing is 10.8. Pickup set is DiMarzio Mirage, and we're gonna hear a couple of sounds soon. Factory tuning is standard D. Of course, they both are drop C. That's the king of tuning, so I just kept drop C for that. Factory string gauge is 11s, weird. We have Graphtec Black Tusk nut, and hardware is satin. That is the satin chrome? Sorry, hardware color. Sorry, hardware color is satin chrome and satin black. It's okay, I'm just putting that aside, but that satin feeling, we have that. This is not high gloss. I am so glad this is not high gloss. If it would be high gloss, I'd say it's a very big disadvantage for me. Of course, you may like that, but I like satin feeling because it's not sticky, it's beautiful, and both guitars have that. Holcomb body is high gloss, but at least the neck is not, so it's a good advantage for this guitar to have a complete satin feeling. Apparently the scale is 25.5 on both. That's usual for Genty metalcore stuff. We have some details on here. I can just read it. In terms of thickness, we have 18 to 20 from 1st fret to 12. I'm just gonna make my own comment. It's really comfortable, really comfortable. I really forgot how comfortable and thin Ibanez necks, and I realized that I missed that. I'm a PRS guy and I love it. And we have 1 subscriber. I will continue exactly where I left. Thank you so much, John Ferretti, for subscribing, and welcome to the stream. I'm not quite sure if you're in the stream. If you're in the stream, welcome to the stream. If you're not in the stream, and if you were checking any other video, still thank you so much for subscribing. What was I saying? I was talking about how comfortable the neck was, right? Yeah. And man, Ibanez necks, they're really comfortable. I think I should remember that and maybe check a couple of Ibanez guitars. I really need an 8 string. I'm not quite sure if it would be a wise decision to have something like this, because I would have kind of covered drop C sharp, drop C. I didn't cover drop B because I'm not playing too much on the drop B area. But yeah, I think it's nice. Radius is 430 milliliters. You don't need that information, you need the inch version of that, unfortunately. And it's, when I checked, 16.9. So I'm not quite sure if it's intentional, but it's almost 17. So 17 inch radius, it's good. The Mark Holcomb is 20. We're gonna see that. I'm gonna read that spec sheet for you as well. I know you can read, I know, just I'm also doing some commentary, so that's why. It is good for me. I like 16-inch radius, I like 20-inch radius. I have custom 24, which is 14. It's doing the job really well, it's really comfortable. I think I prefer 20 as the first one, 16 as the second one. So yeah. Okay, so let's continue with the other guitar. I have to go to my DAW and click to this one because of reasons. I don't want to send squeaky weird noise to the stream. I'm gonna put the J key here and I will take the MRAC right now. This is signed, by the way, signed by the boys. Okay, we got the guitar, it's with me. If you wanna look how it looks, if you wanna check how it looks, I don't know how to say that. It is beautiful. I will actually do a visual comparison, but again, that's the thing that you can search on the internet, like the spec sheet, so I will do my best to pass this part as soon as possible. But I need to tune the guitar so you can at least hear a couple of noises here and there, right? Whoa, open, I don't know which one the last one was. This is Sublime Lead. This is not the one I want to use. I mean, they're all duplicates, by the way. It just has different sound here and there. I forgot input monitoring. Just a sec. Yeah. Okay, this is D, this is A, this is F, with a little bit of bend. C, you see? And G, and a little bit harsh drop C. Yeah. Oops, sorry. Ilya said that had the chance to try one gorgeous guitar and it sounds really sick. Which one, dude? The Holcomb one or the Jake Bowen one? I'm assuming it's the Mark Holcomb one. And I mean, this is great, man. I think for me, compared to Mark Holcomb, to other styles, sorry, other brands, similar styles, guitars, I love this one so much. It misses a couple of things and a couple of points compared to other guitars that I tried. It's a tad heavier, it doesn't have the locking tuners, things like that. And besides that, it's amazing. Ilya said, yep, that PRS is really comfortable too. I totally agree. Actually, we're gonna check exactly that in the sound test. I just need to read the specs and we're gonna go back to that part immediately. Let me do a side by side again. My face is here, so I will do my best. I am scrolling correctly. Body construction. Yeah, it's solid body. What is that? Oh yeah, okay. Weird. We have this shallow violin. I think they both have the carve. So, I mean, this one has a smaller angle carve compared to this one. No, it's actually similar. USA ones likely have a bigger angle. So, yeah, it's similar. It's actually similar. This is quilted maple veneer, and under that there's a mahogany. this one is heavier, yeah, definitely heavier than the other one, because the neck is a little bit thicker, and this thing is both mahogany plus it has a little bit more material in there. So that's why that sucks. That's why I think if you have any problem with the weight, you wouldn't consider this one. But that's another discussion here. Top wood, I mean, it's quilted maple, so I would said that right. Okay, we have 24 frets. The other one beats by 3. And I'm not quite sure if it's going to be useful for you or anyone else, because again, I don't know too many people have 27 or 30 frets guitars. I have no idea if it's going to be useful or not. I don't know. I never think as such thing. I hate 21 and 22 fret guitars because I need the 24. But besides that, totally, I am okay with 24. I don't look for more. I don't know why. Really, I would like, if anyone has the answer, let me know why Jake Bowen preferred 27. That's an important point. And again, they both are 25.5 scale length, which is amazing for drop C. They both have the exact same strings, by the way. I just changed them, so they're fresh, and I will do my best to do the test as soon as possible, so it's gonna lose the brightness. It's Elixir 1052, by the way. What was I saying? Neckwood is maple with satin finish. It's amazing. They both have satin, satin, or Satan, not Satan. It's like Satan. It's satin necks, but this one has higher gloss body, which I don't like. That's why I have Mark Holcomb walnut model. It's, I believe, much better. If I had this specs with this new pickups on a walnut model, that would be really cool. Transword is okay, double acting. I'm passing that because I didn't talk about that with the Jake Bowen. PRS always gives inches information. You see the values. I'm going to pass that because if I say this string spacing is, I don't know, 6/24 on one of them and the other one is 43 or 13 millimeters, is not gonna make any sense. And we have ebony on the fretboard for both of them, but this one says bound ebony. I don't know if there's a very special material bound ebony, or that bound means something else. I don't know that. This one is 20 inch, the other one is 17. Again, Jake Bowen is 17. I'm gonna do back and forth. It's really hard to hold both guitars and scroll, so I cannot do that at the moment. Jake Bowen is 17. This guy is 20. I love 20 inch guitars, so that's why I have this one. The fretboard inlay Bird's PRS beats everyone with the beauty and aesthetics, so I'm just passing that too. And let's it's kind of important that this guy is bolt-on with a beautiful carve, and this one is set neck. So to me, if there's a good carve, I prefer set neck, but I know that these guys are a little bit easier to do some repair stuff. So I would prefer bolt-on just for the repairability, but I love my guitars and I care them, and I don't do live stuff, so that's why usually I don't care much. And my Pliny is, fuck, I forgot the word. Neck through, yeah. My Pliny is neck through, and since I got that, I love neck through so much, and it's much easier to play, especially on the leads. So that's that. I would really like all of my guitars to be neck through, but anyways, we have one comment from Leonardo Buscariol. I think I butchered the name. I hope not. And you also subscribe. Thank you so much. You said 1052 doesn't feel too floppy on 25.5. Actually, no, not at all. I should turn this so it's gonna look good. There is a big debate on the gauge, and almost a year ago for my 7 string. I was using 8 string set, 1074. And for my 6 strings, I was using the 7th string set, which is 1059. And I know Holcomb uses 1064. And in my opinion, there's a beautiful point that Jason Richardson made, and I totally agree with that, which is lighter gauge provides much cleaner overtones. So, is it floppy? I don't know how to show that to the camera. Really, I have no idea. Maybe if I get this thing a little bit closer. And this is 25 FPS, by the way. If there's a big floppiness, I would really talk about it and you would see it, I believe. But this is not a scientific comparison or showing off. That's why I'm gonna ditch that idea. But I can give my comment on it. When I was using the 7 string set on a 6 string guitar, my lower string, which I was tuning low for periphery covers and stuff, it wasn't doing any justice and it was really muddy. And I know how to dial tones, so I was pretty sure that it's coming from the gauge. And when I dropped the gauge, I realized that Jason Richardson was right. And even though I'm not going to do 9s as a set, I go as low as possible. That floppiness won't be a problem. It's not going to be floppy. And I still need to control my chugs, my play style, and also the tuning. So, for example, if I'm going to do something like that, I'm going to chug hard. And I need to do attack tuning. I need to make sure that that particular area, that particular recording, that 5 seconds or that particular chugging section, it has to be tuned exactly for that performance. I need to tune like that. I shouldn't tune like that. So when I have that in my mind, I drop the gauge. Oh, sorry, it's my second language, so I fuck up constantly. It didn't create a problem after I dropped the gauge back. So again, just to summarize, this is 1052 on 25.5. No, it's not floppy, but when I chug really too harsh, it goes 10 to 15 cents sharper. That's why I should use and tune with attack tuning. I need to make sure that I'm in the correct tuning when I'm doing my chugging and stuff. But if you're gonna do live stuff, if you need to make sure you have a good tuning on different songs with the same guitar, for example, you played something and it was drop C, and the next song is consider that it's standard T, but you have to change that C to B or A, then you need to have a bigger gauge on the last one. And that idea of using 7 string sets help a lot then, but it's gonna be muddy. It's just gonna be muddy. So yeah, I hope this answer is good enough. I just didn't script any answer for that particular idea. I didn't I didn't do a deterministic test over gauges, and my feeling when I was playing, it was good with 1052 on 25.5. Yeah. Oops. Sorry. You said greetings from Brazil, mate. Greetings. Thanks so much for coming to the stream, joining. And you said that's an interesting point. I might try 1052 as well. I'm using 1152 Elixir, I guess, or EXL. It's Elixir, right? EXL 117. Should I search for it? EXL 117 11 52. Oh shit, the Dario XL. Ah, okay. Sorry, I didn't use the Dario like for ages. Ah, okay, and it's nickel one. I'm not quite sure if it's holding too well. I'm not talking about the tuning. I'm talking about the life cycle of the strings. I change the strings if I have a recording I need to do for my new song, for example, it's gonna come out soon, or if I need to make a demo, like I'm gonna do with Jake Bowen model, then I need to do it. Otherwise, I'm not changing too often the strings, and Elixir holds really well. It doesn't get rusty. It loses the brightness, but you can still play it. And I'm using. Let me show that. I learned that from Spiro Dosias GHS Fast Fret. I'm using this one, and it's helping a lot. It gives some brightness, and it's much easier to slide with that. And sometimes I cheat by using that on every single recording when I don't have time or string set. But 1152, I think it's a little bit harsh on 25.5, especially for lead playing. If you're only riffing, I don't mind. It's a good idea. But consider you also need to play leads. For tens, I think it's hard enough to bend 3 semitones, man. Like, I'm not quite sure if that would be really, really helpful. I'm not Steve Ray Vaughan. I'm not gonna use high, really high gauges and still be able to bend. So, gentle. I'm a gentleman. I only chug, but I also play leads. So I need a little bit tens or nines. Not nines, but definitely tens. I suggest just try 1052. If it's not good, just tell me. But I think it's gonna be good. Okay, I will just not play. I will just talk about the last couple of details here, and after that, I'm just gonna get them side by side. And if you have any questions, you can ask. I will literally dive in on the recording because I think that's the part where you are gonna be interested, like, you know, how it's gonna sound when I play the same thing, right? So the hardware, I talk about the set neck. I should talk about, I mean, for nut, it says just nut, PRS nut. It's not a Graphtec or anything like on the other one. The other one is Graphtec. You can already read that. We have PRS tuners. This is not locking tuners. Jake Bowen model has this Gotho locking tuners. They're amazing. I think I should change these ones to locking tuners as well. But the problem, I have the 7-string Holcomb and PRS does not have a set for 7-string. So I need to figure that out as well. So changing string a little bit more takes time. Takes a little bit more time. Yeah, I just butchered the grammar. And we have the string through bridge. They both are hardtail. They have a similar structure, but this bridge is a little bit heavier. It has more material, and I feel like it's really good for muting. The other one is a little bit, just a little bit, a hair bit lower, and it's not a big deal. You're gonna hear me chugging and muting on both of them. I didn't have any issue. It took literally 1 minute to adapt between guitars, so yeah. And finally, for electronics, this guy has Scarlet and Scorch. This is the updated, basically, version of Alpha and Omega set from, again, Holcomb with Seymour Duncan. It has less low end, more mids. It's a little bit more mid focused, so when you use a nice compression, you can easily move it into a better clean handling tone compared to Alpha and Omega. Alpha and Omega is literally destroying directly, just pushing and chugging and wall of sound. So I have that too, but it's on a different tuning if you want to hear that. And it has a 2 months old strings, so it's gonna be a diabolical if you want to compare that. So this one comes with 1052s. It's again 25.5 scale length, and comes with drop C. So PRS is a little bit more clever compared to Ibanez on that one, because I don't know why this one comes with, wait, actually it says drop C, but the order of the tuning is different, so that's why. Weird. Okay, I'm just gonna close this one. I know you can read, I know you can compare the specs easily, you need the feeling, you need the comment, you need to do a review. I need to do a review. So I will play something and basically record that in front of you. Of course, my performance will change. That's a given. But in terms of chugs, in terms of notes that I play, hopefully there will be a difference that we can do an A/B test with. And maybe I can even pan one of them to left, the other one to right, and you can easily hear the difference between that way too. So that's how Mark Holcomb on Archetype Noliac sounds. But I won't record just now, and I need to push the tone a little bit as well. I'm not going to use push-pull on this guitar because it needs to see the luthier. If I literally use it on bridge pickup like this. Regular bridge is okay, but when I try to do the push-pull to split it, it doesn't work. We're just going to do the okay, this is bridge, and after that we're gonna do we will just play a couple of things like that, much simpler hopefully, so I can play on the same one, so we can easily compare. So I will go with the order. I maybe make this a little bit bigger, make this a little bit smaller, maybe just make it gone completely. The first one is Mark Holcomb Clean, and we're gonna do it with beautiful Tone King plugin from Neural DSP. I love Neural DSP. I think everyone loves Neural DSP. If you don't, you can let me know which plugin you're using, so I can check that or comment on that too. Just a second. I already okay. We can track a couple of things. We have more comment from Leonardo. Both Holcombs have the split feature, right? Correct. Yes, definitely. I'm considering buying one with Alpha Omega set. I think having both is a good advantage here. Let me show that too, but I'm not gonna load it. That's the walnut model with go back please, strap. Can I do it like this? Okay, that was risky, but worth it. So this walnut model has the Alpha Omega, and I suggested for really riffing. I think Alpha Omega is beating when it comes to gent. That's a little bit vague explanation, but again, if you're gonna chuck, you're gonna have a little bit more low end. You need to control that, especially in the studio with multiband compression on around 110, right? Yeah, 110 hertz. And if you want to play a little bit in between stuff, like Wax Wings is a beautiful example. There's so much going on. It's really technical, and the tone is a little bit weaker compared to the one you can get with Alpha Omega. So I believe, my personal opinion, if you need more riffage, you can go with this one. But you're playing different things. This guitar is not just periphery, not just gent for you. You're gonna change it into different tunings. You're gonna play different stuff. You're gonna a little bit not bluesy, of course. It's because you cannot put character into a pickup. It's a little bit hard to hold, sorry. Okay, you said that you are more of a chug guy, then it's gonna give you a lot of fun. Okay, let me put that. Pickups, they don't define a character or a genre 100%, but they define how you're playing it. And if you hear more low end, if you hear a little bit more definition, again, low end, much higher, not higher, but higher output basically, the Alpha Omega set, it's awesome. But if you want more definition, this one is much better. But I think I'm a definition guy, personally. Because when I play this... Sorry, this is clean. This one, yeah. Even if I chuck very, very heavily, it's not, the low end is not going over the whole tone. I really like that. You still need to have some sort of compression and control, but I think it's doing really, really fine with this set of pickups. That's my opinion. But if you want to go for Alpha Omega, I mean, go for it. I think you're not gonna regret from that, for sure. But it depends on what kind of guitars you have, what is your tonal palette, what kind of stuff you're playing, and so on. But if you're a Chuck guy, I think it's gonna do really well with the caveman stuff. Okay, so I will just play something very easy. I'm not gonna play anything periphery. I tried to learn as soon as possible the Omega riff when I got the other one. For review purposes, again, you can buy that guitar. I don't own this Jake Bowen model. You can buy it from Very Nice Guitars. It's on summer sale. It's not a sponsored video. I'm just saying that I don't have the guitar. It's just with me for review for 1 or 2 weeks, and after that it's gonna go back to Poland, and they do worldwide shipping, so you are safe. And while I have that, since I have 16 periphery covers, lead solo covers only, I am just trying to catch them all. And I was really lacking the riffing part. I just wanted to learn a couple of things, but I couldn't catch that in the stream, so you're not gonna hear anything periphery in this particular stream. Maybe in the review video I can play a couple of things, but I don't even remember the riff. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, I hope you're not gonna be mad about it. Let me continue with the clean. Now I will close the metronome because we are not trying to record anything tight. I will just play around. Again, actually the Marigold riff is really good for all the context. Whoa, I need some sound, come on. We can just play that, right? Probably it's gonna give all the context. Okay, let's do it actually. I'm just gonna record. I'm gonna do it for all the pickups without any splitting again for this particular guitar, but on the Jake Bowen, if you want, I can also show you how the split sounds, right? Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay, let's play. That's the bridge. Now they both work together. And now we have the neck. Oh, we have a little bit of delay. I hope you don't mind. So I'm going to change it right now. That's how it sounds. Yeah, actually there's some floppiness, so I needed to control that. That's a good example for Leonardo, I believe. But if I would go higher, probably there would be more buzz and I need to take care of the height as well. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna work in my case. This is together, and this is the neck. I mean, you already heard that, but there was probably a string noise through the mic, so I'm just what a stupid recording, right? Okay, I'm just gonna close this and I will change the guitars immediately so we can talk about the great Jake Bowen. Let's put this here. Let's take Mr. Bowen's guitar. Carefully put this and whoops, yeah. Use the volume knob to make some noise. Pretty similar. Let's tune before actually doing anything. By the way, if you're in the stream, let me wait. What's happening? Hi, mute. Yeah. If you are in the stream, you can always say hi. I hope you all are well in this beautiful Sunday. It literally rained the whole day, so it's not so beautiful. I was at home, but I hope you had a better weather. Oops. Okay. Yeah. This is the chord that I know. Then let's do some playing together. This is the Connors, one of the recent songs from Connor Kaminski. What was I doing? I was gonna record something. They both are default preset of Tone King Imperial MK2, by the way. I'm not changing anything. The other ones are Archetype Noli. You're gonna see that too. It's basically a cheat code using Archetype Noli, so we're gonna do the same thing. So let's record. I'm going to skip to the both of them and after that the neck, because I want to do, you know, side-by-side comparison. And again, if you want to hear the split tones of the pickups, just let me know. We can play that too, but it's gonna be in the review video when I you know, understand how this guitar works, make the demo in the next day. So I think it has more control than high end. So that was nice for me, at least. Let's do a small isolation. I'm just moving the thing a little bit back. I was talking in between there. And yeah, Elias, the Connor stuff, it's always good. I really like how Connor plays, how he composes, how he layers. All that stuff is really good. So I will literally shut up and you're gonna hear almost side by side Mark's clean tone and Jake and Mark's guitar's clean tone, Jake's guitar's clean tone. As I heard on the Jake, there was more definition and it was a little bit more cleaner to hear, but it may be also related to setup because my Holcomb's, I changed the pickup by a little bit. In one of the oldest setups that I had, it was a little bit higher and I got back to lower, so it's not factory setup. So that's for you to know. So this is Mark's bridge pickup. and this is Jake's. You know what? I changed my mind, especially for the bridge. I think Mark's was a little bit more cleaner and it was a little bit easier to hear. Let's check both of them. And Jake's. Definitely. I mean, I think Mark's a little bit more mid-oriented, so amp actually pushed it more compared to Jake's. And this one is a neck. Nope, sorry. And Jake's. I want to go back to Mark's. I think Mark's on the bridge and Jake's on the neck is the perfect combo in between. Jake's bridge is darker somehow. I totally agree with you, Ilyas. 100%. Exactly. I don't know. I mean, it might be, just saying, it might be because of the output coming from the pickup height. I'm not gonna say anything bad or good. It's just different. Again, to me, as you said, it's a little bit darker. Definitely 100%. But the neck is cleaner and more mid-focused. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. I don't have to comment on anything. Yeah, Mark on the bridge, this area. Look at this and look at that. Sorry. They both clean. You get all the overtones. You can easily understand what's being played. I mean, it's clean tone anyway. But I totally prefer Mark's here. I mean, it's, you know, it's a matter of choice, right? I am going to mute that because I want to do, you know, solo that, solo the other one. I just don't want to bother too much with that, so I just put that into rest. Let's have that there. If anyone asks, we can go back to the clean tone. I want to open the next one. It's I will start from Jake's right now. I don't want to change just for the sake of it. I want to play with this. This is Archetype Noli X. This is Periphery Style Rhythm. This is not my tone. If you want periphery tones, you can check my not periphery page. You can check my Patreon page. I have all the periphery tones in there, and I also give free tones. So just visit. It's no brainer. And this tone is from Noli himself. You can find it in presets Noli Periphery Style Rhythm. Even he says that it's gent. And there's also some legacy tone that I really like. I need to find that. I mean, Boutique Fusion Lead is amazing. The D word, I think this one, or Fusion Chuck Machine, is one of that. But Periphery Style Rhythm is a little bit better to my ears because especially the D word had a little bit muddiness with me. I'm not talking about mix or anything, just when I play, it didn't resonate with me. So yeah, I talk too much, I need to play, so I need to do some chucks, right? I need to make that riff into a song. Anyway, let's record something. What should I play? Not just zero chugs, but that chord stuff that I did was, I think, is a good example. I think it has some context and chords and actually a little bit of color. We cannot just compare like, I believe. So yeah, Let's go for it. Whoa. Okay. It didn't even start. Sorry. Okay. White counts for 2 times. Anyway. Whoa. What's happening? What is happening? Why I heard no tone? Whoa. Did I lose something? Oh, let's go back. What's happening? Did I do anything? Oh, I closed the amp. How the fuck did I do that? Sorry guys. Okay. We are good. Okay, sorry. Let's do it now. Oh wait, I played something stupid. Let's go back. Let's go back to both pickups together. Usually you wouldn't use that for a riff or something, but anyway. Yeah, actually you would use it for a riff. It sounds good. Only neck right now. Oh my god. The last one you heard, I need to remove that. Sorry guys, I mean, that's okay, but that was actually split neck, so we lose some output and it's totally a different tone. I cannot exactly compare that to Halcom, so just for that sake I removed it. I have to play one more time. Sorry, the neck pickup. Sorry. Okay, please work. Okay. Okay, I played a little bit too long, but I hope that it's okay for you. And the bridge pickup, by the way, rocks. It's clean, it's hot. Okay, in order to do a comparison, I have to leave this guitar and pick up the Halcom. Let's go with that. Let me take this one out. In the meantime, anyone new in the stream, please say hi. Don't be shy. I did not try actually to make a rhyme there, but it was cool and a little bit cringe. I got the Mark's guitar. I have the exact same tone. I didn't do anything, guys. It's exactly the same tone. We have full tone, full volume. This one is chugging a little bit heavier. Let's do some tuning. I don't believe G string usually. Okay, we got that, we got that. Okay. Okay. Okay, to my ears. it's tuned. My ears are not a good reference, but anyway. Let's play a couple of things and see for ourselves, but I have to mute this one so we don't hear it. Now both pickups together, same stuff. Whoa, I need to play this one again, sorry. I have this Jake's track. I didn't understand why tone changed, output increased. It's because I forgot to mute that. Sorry. Let's play again. Nice. Okay, let's continue with the other one. To my ears so far, Mark Holcomb's looks really good. Sounds, sorry. Let's continue. I think we will have the exact same result with the other one. Bridge of Holcomb and the, what was that? The neck of the Bowen. So let's isolate Holcomb first, then change into Jake's. Again, we have a little bit of output difference. It's not because I'm chugging much harder, but I believe the output is completely different because this is maybe a little bit higher and closer to the strings because it's physics. If it's closer, the output will be much higher actually. So for that reason, there might be a problem with the output levels, but I'm not going to match that because I want you to focus on the tonal stuff. I am doing this for the lows, and I think it's gonna be a good insight for some of you. Okay, I'm shutting up, and you're gonna hear Mark's bridge first, then Jake's. I believe Mark's was much cleaner on the overtones, and it was much easier to understand which notes are played. Just from the comparison, I can say Jake's was a little bit darker, definitely low output because of the things we discussed, and the chord qualities are a little bit harder to understand. Just, a hair of difference here. It's not a big deal in my opinion. By the way, I loved how it sounds. And Jake's. I will look exactly that part, by the way. Where is it? Yeah. Fuck that. I think Marks is a little bit more mid-focused, but when neck is involved, Jake's sounds a little bit better to my ears, just to my ears. We're gonna hear Marks neck right now. And let's go to Jake's. On a single note, Jake's neck is really good. Yeah, I think Jake's neck pickup and Mark's bridge pickup, the exact same thing. Sorry, the exact same thing with the clean. I have the same conclusion, to be honest. And with the bridge pickup, I totally would use personally this one was Scarlet and this one was Scourge. Yeah, this one Scarlet. Yeah, I would definitely use that. I am going to do the exact same thing and mute these guys. By the way, I also want to hear or read what you're thinking, so let me know. If you want to go back on one of them, let me know. And we can also talk about what we hear and we can discuss on that as well. I want to go to Mark's lead tone. I mean, it's not Mark's lead tone, it's again Nolly's lead tone. I just cheated a little bit and we have a beautiful Nolly X again. This is the Sublime lead. I usually go crank a little bit of the gate, but Nolly is a great player, both guitar and bass and mixing and mastering and coffee brewing. So he kept the gate a little bit lower than I thought. I think I would do, but I don't know. I lost the grammar. Okay, so even though I'm a lead player, I don't have any song in my memory, so I will probably play things that you wouldn't hear from any gent band, just simple stuff. And it's much easier for me to play simple stuff on both guitars, right? So we can do a similar check, similar A/B test. So let's play something like yeah, something like that. On again 3 pickups. So yeah. Boom. I muted myself. Let's change the pickup, and now we're gonna use both of the pickups. Let's go to the next one. Neck pickup. That was stupid. Yeah. By the way, if you want to play, play slides like Mark Holcomb, Don't think about where you start. Okay. What did I play? I played Mark's lead stuff. Okay. I mean, it's not Mark's lead stuff, but my weird, simple leads on Mark's guitar. I'm going to close this amp and I'm going to play the exact same plugin and preset, by the way. All I need to do is changing the guitars. And I need to close input monitoring because I don't want to melt your brains with weird noise, weird G notes. It looks amazing. That's what I'm saying. It's in sale. I'm not profiting from it, by the way. I'm just thinking about you. If you want this guitar, you can buy it. It's much cheaper. It has no defects or anything. I can watch for that because it looks amazing and I don't see anything bad. So yeah, if you want to check the guys that sent me this guitar for review, it's very nice guitars. You can check their website. They are on sale and they're selling like 15-20 guitars that are seriously much cheaper than you would get you know, brand new. Yeah. I lose some of the words here and there. If you have any notes on, where is it? This reverse headstock fucks me. I constantly forget that. I constantly forget the reverse headstock. I don't have any guitars with reverse headstock. I have one guitar with no headstock, and I have PRS guitars where it has tuners on the both end. So I think it's much cooler, by the way, but that's of course my idea. And now we're gonna record. It works. Oh shit, I don't need any MIDI mapping. I need to go back to the DAW and from start. Elias says, thank God for Strandberg, no dealing with headstock. Lol. Yeah. Some of my friends don't like guitars with no headstock. I mean, headless guitars, basically. I don't know why I made it a little bit long. Because it's much harder to tune. I agree with their points. It's a little bit harder, but I have, where the fuck is that? Since it's magnetic, I have a Strandberg tool under my desk, so I just reach that and immediately tune it to whatever I want. It's not hardtail, by the way. It's if you don't know, I have this beautiful Pliny neck through. I love it. Let me put it back. Okay, I put it back. I understand their points, but usually, you know, since it has a tuning stability, you don't change it much and you don't change into different stuff, right? Unless you have a hardtail Strandberg and you have to tune that to drop C sharp, standard tuning, whatever that. But since this one is two-way tremolo, why should I bother to change it from drop C sharp to standard or drop D or drop C? Because when I do that, I have to set the bridge too. It's a Floyd Rose mentality, you know? It has to stay in one tuning, otherwise you need to set up again. And that's why I don't have the same ideas with them. I don't disagree though, because this one is much easier. But yeah, it adds weight, it adds some other stuff. It's not resonating good enough because you have this extra piece here, and this resonation also changes your how can I say that, when you're recording it may cause extra harmonization and you may need to put a tape or I don't know, bind a sock or something. It's some extra stuff, so it's, you know, you can like bananas, I can like apple, yeah, things like that. That was a good point. I'm a software developer. I write iOS apps, so I program them, I don't write them. I basically write them, but anyway. Elias says, but the tuning stability on the Strandy are insane. I totally agree with that. I really agree with that. Never had an issue with the Silent Classic NX, always in tune. I remember your guitar. Great videos, by the way. I remember your guitar. Was it black? I think I remember that. And I cannot talk. Silent Classic NX. I didn't play it anywhere, even in Guitar Summit. I immediately grabbed the Pliny, but I didn't check the Salen anywhere yet. But I think it's not so different than Bowden, so I can totally agree with your comment. Tuning stability is really, really good. When I mean, even if it's two-way tremolo, right? You need to have some sort of stability, you know, to a certain point. It shouldn't go from C to C sharp, right? It can go 5-10 cents off in both directions, but in the end it's okay. And when I grabbed the Pliny, and I don't know, a day after 24 hours that I played, right, I have this problem. It's 5 to 10 cents off on the G string or the B string. When I play it without retuning, like 5 minutes, and I check the tuning again, it's in tuning. I don't know why. I think this wood and the resonance and whatever is going to happen with the guitars, you need to give them like a minute to warm up, not just yourself but the guitar as well, and then it's tuned. I don't know. I'm speculating a little bit. I appreciate it. Yes, it was in the Nick Bromhall contest. Yes, dude. Yeah, I remember. I don't have a goldfish memory. I lie. I have. I totally remember you. I forgot the riff and the contest entry, but yeah, I have things in my mind. Sorry for that. Really, I really get all the B12, all the multivitamins, but it doesn't work as I thought. Oops, lead tone. We're gonna play lead. And what was the lead? Something like this. Okay. Ooh, that was bad. That was okay. We will go back to both of the pickups. It sounds pretty nice. Okay, if you wanna hear lead tones, we're gonna hear some lead tones. I played not the same thing, similar stuff. It's not that important when you actually have the side-by-side comparison, and that's we're gonna have in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna put Mark's guitar on the left, Jake's guitar on the right, and you will literally hear both stuff. They both mono, so they're gonna work with each other. And in the lead tone, I'm not gonna do that because I know that I have stereo delay in there, and reverb goes really all the way. And let's start with Mark's guitar. Oops, I need to open both of them. Yeah, turn on. Yeah, okay. And Jake's. Yeah, that was a stupid band. I want to hear the good band. And the other good band. Dude, it's so similar. I think Mark's is a little bit. It has better definition, probably because of the mids, but they're so close. In a song I wouldn't understand if it's a different pickup. Probably I definitely wouldn't understand, but it's too close, man. Really, really too close. Marks on the both pickups, both pickups. Okay, let's go for Jake's. Okay, let's go back to Mark. I think I'm gonna come to the exact same conclusion, but when neck involved, Jake's tone is better and sweeter, but also has the definition that probably Mark's Scourge cannot. I'm not gonna say can't provide because I'm using the exact same tones. It's also a mistake. When I got my Pliny, I had the exact same mistake. I used my tones from, I dialed with Custom 24. It's completely wrong. Pliny has its own palette, and I should respect that. And I know it's a side-by-side exactly the same tone comparison. Please, hopefully my notes are not affecting your understanding here. And now Mark's neck. It's not Mark's neck, it's Mark's guitar's neck. That's nice. Let's go back to Jake's. For the lead tone, I think Mark Scourge did a much better job. That's my opinion. But Jake's was a little bit harsh, had a little bit more high end. Maybe that's made the difference on the rhythm tone. And I would 100% prefer Mark's in there. So my personal side-by-side check notes are bridge on Mark Holcomb's guitar is much better to my ears. Jake's neck pickup, Mirage neck, much better to my ears. When they do some magic together, it would be awesome. And on a distortion and clean, I like Mark's bridges and Jake's necks. And with the lead tone, I like Mark's tone directly, bridge and neck. And with Jake's, when both Mirage pickups work together, it was beautiful. But on the other ones, neck was too harsh, bridge lead was a little bit darker, and even though I didn't understand, there was a small difference. You know, you can pick it up if I play it again, especially on this area, not the band, but I'm about to change my mind to Jake's bridge here, because for some reason when I replayed it, maybe it's just my performance, but Jake's was a little bit less muddy. Yeah, actually, okay, it's not so much different, but actually Jake's bridge was pretty good here, exactly like this. I'm a legato guy, so I keep picking. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but bridge on the Jake is good as well on the leads. We have comments from Elias. I think I prefer the Marks overall. It feels a bit more versatile, especially with its bridge pickup, a bit lacking in the neck, but it's manageable with slight EQ. I mean, dude, I don't have to talk. Your comments make a lot of sense. I like it's more powerful with riffs as well. Yeah, I mean, it totally is. They both capable of delivering whatever you want, but I think in terms of definition, Mark gives a little bit more context with the mids. And we have James. Welcome, dude. Welcome to the stream. Love that Ibanez. Just need a juggernaut now. Yeah, we all need some juggernaut. Are you talking about bare knuckle juggernaut or which juggernaut? Just let me know. It can be Misha juggernaut too, but you already have a Misha signature, so I'm not quite sure which pickup it has on it. I really don't know, especially the new ones. I think it's some Jackson stuff, but I don't know. But I would really love some bare knuckles. I hope to, you know, do a little bit of shopping in the future. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna be a Cortex or actually an update to my custom 24 with bare knuckle polymath, polypath, and stainless steel frets, and a little bit of work. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to choose. They are both expensive, but let's see. But as Ilyas said, with slight EQ either on the DI tone or in the last result tone, I think you can get pretty much close. If you know, or if you don't know, on the periphery documentaries, they always mention that they hand their own guitars to someone else, or they just pick up whatever they have in there. And unless it's a recording decision, Mark doesn't mind using Jake's. Jake doesn't mind using Misha's or Mark's. You know, I'm just doing a comparison just because I'm curious. I have the privilege of being able to test them side by side and share with you. But in the end, they're really close, man. I can just increase the pickup height just a little bit of in a hair difference, and get a little bit more output and match it to Mark's with a slight EQ. It's not day and night difference, and the real difference will be in the player, or when I take these headphones out, use my monitors, crank it up, and do my best to get out of that distortion. In that case, it's gonna be a huge difference. And James says that all you're missing the missing the Misha sig. Yeah, as we talked before the stream. Yeah, but I do want to get bare knuckle for my Jackson. It only comes with Jackson made pickups. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the difference. Again, it will be really nice to be able to test Jackson pickup Juggernaut and Juggernaut added Juggernaut. That would be really nice. You can make that if you buy yourself a Juggernaut, and I would really dig that video or comparison, whatever you want to do. And I'm not quite sure, but so far the sounds that I heard, from demos and stuff, it's fire. It's doing the job really, really well. The jacks and pickups, it comes with, actually sounds great, but I want carbon fiber pickup covers to match the Porsche blue color. Yeah, dude. The Misha signature has beautiful color. I mean, this one too. This is literally a race car thing. I mean, I think so. I'm just thinking so. It says azure metallic blue or whatever. It's a beautiful color. When I just opened the case, when they sent me the guitar for review, I said, oh, okay, this is sweet. This is amazing. And it has this, how can I say that, mechanic beauty. It sounds probably stupid, but the pickup design, how overall design is made, it's not multi-scale, but it has this little bit of difference in terms of the design itself. Basically looks modern instead of the specs look modern. Multi-scale, I believe, this is my opinion, I think it's a modern option. It's a modern guitar option. This one is not, but it has this modernized features. Anyway, it also does not have a tone knob. I forgot to talk about it. I think tone knob fucked me with the Holcomb because it's not working. The split is not working on the bridge pickup. I hate that. I need to go to a luthier, I know. But just to give you an idea, this one does not have a tone knob, so you cannot roll off the high end. One of the people commented on my Pliny review video and said that not having a tone knob sucks so bad. I don't understand the idea, because if I had this Jake Bowen signature, I knew that I cannot roll it off, so I would either use an automation for tone differences and such, or I would dial the tone for this guitar, because I don't think, I mean, I'm giving free tones on Patreon, right? If you don't know, I do. And I also sell a couple of tones for periphery covers if you need solo tones or Dream Theater tones. And I know 100% it's not gonna be exactly the same one that I am hearing with your setup. But in the end, you can tweak it. So I don't understand that not having the tone knob creates a problem. Jake Bowen doesn't like it, looks like. Pliny doesn't like it. I don't like it. I don't have a tone knob. So I think I'm fine with that. I am not sure if Felix didn't have a tone knob or he's only using a single pickup, but I think he also doesn't have that kind of problem. So you can solve a lot of the tone aspect instead of the guitar aspect. But in the end, you are going to react, you are going to chug depending on what you're hearing. That's why you change the pickups. It has more attack, it has more mid-range, as we heard. If I have a Holcomb instead of this one, maybe I will play more chugs. I mean, right now, if I got rich for some possible chance, right, I'm definitely gonna buy. If I become rich, I will definitely buy one of this and Misha signature. Why? For the lows, because I'm rich. But when I play Jake Bowen's model, I know I'm going to play a little bit more technical. Why I said that? It's not because of the sound, but it's because of the inspiration. For example, this is not related to tone, and this is not related to guitar. It's because of the inspiration. Same goes for the overall sound of the pickup. The same goes for if it's neck through or bolt on. The features in the guitar changes tone very, very much, and you can, I'm gonna say you can ask Noli, but probably you cannot ask Noli. I was in Noli's masterclass, and he talked about why he chose certain features in his signature guitar, and every single choice he made, he explained why he chose that particular feature. For him, it made a lot of sense. For me, maybe it doesn't make any sense. But if I play Holcomb, I will definitely play different riffs compared to what I had with this one. This is much thinner neck, and I probably can feel a little bit more comfortable moving around or maybe playing a little bit faster stuff because I will have more options to move around my fingers. This is just physicality of things, and I'm just speculating here, but maybe I will play a little bit more technical stuff. But yeah, okay, I talk too much. Half of it is gibberish, I know. I will just close this one. I will go to one of the distortion tones. Whoa. How was it? Whatever. So James said tone knob overrated. Definitely agree with that. The Misha Sig tone knob is bypassed until you pull that knob out. Oh, what the fuck? That's cool. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I need this kind of information, and I need a Misha signature to do some checks. That's pretty cool actually. I'm not quite sure if the hardware behind allows or changes the tone in a different way when it's open or not. If it's bypassing, you're also not having, whoa, your tone is not affected by the hardware's bypass as well. So I mean, I don't know, I'm just speculating here. Let me put myself in a big camera. Okay, I did not play any peripheral riffs because again, I have a goldfish memory. I play stuff, but I don't have any of them. I was learning the Omega riff before live stream, but I fucked it so bad. So in the slow, even in the slow, I cannot play it. So oh. Something like this, I guess. Fuck, I forgot it. Yeah, or I definitely cannot play Marigold because I'm not warmed up. What the fuck was that? I totally fucked up. How was it? And after that, something like that. James says, any guitar with a tone knob slightly affects the tone, a bit of a decrease in output. That sucks. So the bypass makes a big difference, makes it a bit more punchy. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, that sounds good, by the way. Because I'm speculating here, but you would like to have a guitar without a tone knob, not to change, that punchiness or not, but just because of the comfort reasons. I don't like the positions of the any single cut, and definitely, and the PRS. Also, the key switches are in different places in older custom models and the newer ones. And I would like to have Music Man style or Ibanez style hardware layout on a custom 24. That would be dope. The reason is the access and accessibility. I had years and years ago, I had a 2550 Galaxy White Ibanez. I used it only for 1 or 2 weeks, but that was the best and you know, the most important thing for me was that I was able to change very, very fast. And after that, my speed on changing keys, and not keys, sorry, using the key switch to change the pickups, it declined, and I stopped actually using it. Now I'm covering Dream Theater. I am covering This Is the Life solo, and I try to fix my picking with that. And it's so bad, dude. I cannot change change the pickups on time. I even forget sometimes, and I think the guitar is really affecting how you're playing and how you're thinking, the tone and your play style. What can we expect to hear your new song, mate? Can't wait to see it. Love the teaser. Thanks, man. It will be. I think I can easily give you some references. It has periphery style riffing, a little bit simpler, like Current's style of riffing. The tone is much closer to Wage War. I'm just giving you band's name for references. It's much easier. And there's a section that you already heard in the teaser. It's a Tesseract style movement, but compared to how Tesseract uses that spacey movement, I used it as a bridge between two very similar sections. That was a little bit extra detail. I can just say there's a Tesseract style version. I hope to upload it pretty soon. I did the mixing and mastering myself. The thing is, I like the mix so much, but I still need some sort of validation from professionals. So I have a friend called Atesh. Atesh Electric is stage name, and he is amazing on mixing and mastering, and he has a lifelong experience on other stuff too in terms of music and guitar. And I think I got a green flag on uploading, and hopefully I will decide on the release date pretty soon. I hope to have 2 pre-sale campaigns, and for some people I hope to share, call it a pre-release kind of party. I will do my best to include everyone interested. That's also you. So thank you so much for asking, by the way. So hopefully you're gonna hear some periphery style riffing, a little bit much actually simpler, some pyramid style riffing from again much simpler Mesuga, much simpler, by the way. There's no math behind, there's only feeling. And hopefully it's gonna be heavy. There will be horror slash action themes behind, since I really like Doom stuff. I also try my best to rip off Mick Gordon as well. So yeah, that's gonna be same or similar stuff that I mentioned with the band's name. So yeah. That's about it, if you don't have any questions. Again, I want to talk about very briefly my experience, and please let's have a chat. We can talk whatever you want. My idea was with this stream actually do a comparison between Mark Holcomb's guitar and Jake Bowen's guitar. Totally different. What I have in my mind from this 1.5 hours, and before I noodled a little bit, so let's say 2 hours. I think Jake Bowen's guitar is much easier to shred on because it's much thinner. They both satin, so feeling wise I did not experience any bad things. I like locking tuners. Mark Holcomb does not have that. He has that. I'm sure Pierce do some good stuff with adding locking tuners to his guitar, but SE doesn't come with locking tuners, so that's bad. Tuning stability, I give it a nice plus. These strings are really fresh. I just chugged hard on them and stretched them like 4, 5, 6 times, and apparently the string the whole tuning didn't even change at all. That's a good thing, really good sign. I did not check actually. This one I think has stainless steel frets, and Mark Holcomb has nickel frets because Paul Reed Smith does not like stainless steel frets, and I don't know even a single guitar in PRS lineup with stainless steel. Nickel has, I think, a little bit warmer sound. Stainless steel is too bright for most occasions, but I like stainless steel for the lifelong possibilities without any maintenance. I think that's why my custom 24 has a little bit, just a little bit intonation issues, because I'm playing that for the last 8 years and it was secondhand, so it's been played for 10 years, over 10 years, including live stuff. So it needs a maintenance after 10 years, 15 years. It's not a big job. Luthier handles that, but it's still something for me. A small point. Pickup wise, they both did a great job. We heard it together. I'm not quite sure if you guys like the things I played, but it is what it is. I'm not the best player. I'm not even a mid player, so I, cover periphery, dream theater, whatever. But when it comes to playing along an improvised riff or lead style, I think I need to know more theory and memorize more songs. But you heard how it sounds, and I hope it's gonna be enough for all of us to understand that they're closer. I believe Mark's bridge was better, and Jake's neck is much cleaner, and it would be nice if we could just use both of them in a custom guitar. And this one has 27 frets. I still don't know if I'm gonna use anything about 24. That would be nice. I hope to include that in the demo, but I'm not quite sure. And this does not have a tone. It does not use split, but it has a 5-way switch. The other one is 3-way with split push-pull on tone. I can't even actually put them side by side like this. It's gonna be a good video if I do this. Nice clickbait. So this one has, I need to move a little bit like this. Okay. This one has a 3-way and it has a tone knob that you can utilize for splitting, but mine is a little bit broken because it doesn't work for the bridge. I think it's a little bit of a common problem for SE Holcomb, the first batch at least. I need to fix that with a luthier because I don't know how to do it myself. Even though I'm a computer engineer, I'm really bad with the hardware, so I have to go for a luthier for maybe for a simple soldering. That sucks. And what was it? This one does not have a tone knob. It's 5-way. This one has a PRS style bridge. I think it's a really good one. I really like it. I never ever mind how it's set up, how it's working. Stability is great. I really like that. I also liked this one, but it is my first day, first couple of hours. It didn't create any problem. I think this is a little bit minimal industrial style of the same bridge. This one is heavier in terms of the overall weight, but even the bridge, I think it's a little bit heavier compared to this one. I'm not quite sure if bridge material is definitely affecting, but bridge heaviness or bridge material, if it's too much or not, if it's affecting the tone or not, I really have no idea, but I could mute without any issue on both. Again, this one is thinner, much lighter compared to this one. I mean, maybe 300 grams, like maybe 500. I don't know. 500 is a little bit too much, but I think 300-ish is the right answer here. They look both sick. I like bird inlays. I could say that. I don't like reverse headstock. It looks cool, but not everything that looks cool is good, at least to me. That's why when it comes to, let me put them down a little. Okay, not like this. I like this style a little bit better. I don't have a good history with the reverse headstocks, so I'm not gonna say anything. They can hold well, and if I put it back with the light, you can understand that it's gonna be a little bit hard. Here, we have this oval shape, but with the Holcomb, this shape is a little bit smoother. So I think if you're gonna chug on the zero area, it's gonna be a little bit easier for you to do it with the Holcomb. Just a speculation, it changes depending on your hand or whatever. So yeah, different players have different results, right? I'm gonna put them back again on my lap. So yeah, this is my notes. To me, this one's bridge was better, this one's next was better, and they both are lifelong guitars that you can easily use. Similar stuff, but very different looks. And I would like to have this one satin, to be honest, and this one with 24 frets, likely, and maybe I would ask for a couple more things, but it is what it is. I love Mark Holcomb, I love Jake Bowen, I love Misha Mansour. I can, I can say Spencer Zoltello, I can say Matt Halpern, Nolly. I love all of these guys and their products and signature stuff. I love that. They both lifelong stuff. And according to my experience with the Holcomb, I could easily say that you will never ever regret having it. There are some people that I know regretted and sold. It felt clumsy, it felt heavy for them, but I never felt that way. That's why it's a personal experience. Depending on what kind of player you are, you're gonna have different experiences, and it sucks a little bit because if you don't have the chance to try it out, it's gonna be bad for you. So yeah, that was me, and thank you so much, especially Ilias. You were literally here from the first minute. Thank you so much. To Leonardo Buscario, I think I butchered your name again, but thank you so much for joining. James, thank you so much for joining, man. I'm looking for other names, but I think that was it. I'm not quite sure how many people visited, liked the stream, whatever, but everyone who were here, who were in the chat, thank you so much. Thanks to you guys. It was an interactive live stream, and I appreciate your time. If you don't have any questions, I'm gonna wait for 1 or 2 minutes. We can talk anything you want. We can check a couple of stuff, and hopefully in the not recent, but in the future, actually soon, I will do a couple of teasers, maybe live streams. I will definitely talk about some stuff like drum programming. I get questions on Reddit about drum programming. I'm planning to make a video. I maybe can do the mix rundowns. I can continue that. There was not even a single demand. I just made it for myself and explaining others how I mix. Maybe I can continue on that one, but at the moment my priority is making a demo and review for Jake Bowen model and release my song, edit my playthroughs, and finally here and there I'm gonna do some teaser style ish things. I want to talk about how I mixed and mastered the new single. It's not a game changer stuff, because it's me, a solo artist, who is doing his best to mix stuff. But I think if you have same or similar tools or ideas, you can mix your song, you can learn a couple things from it. And yeah, and Ilya said, much love, mate, looking forward to more streams. I hope to. I need the time and energy and the right environment, because I'm living in a, so not living in the, but I'm making music in my living room, so I don't have a dedicated space. As you can see from my back, sunlight hits, not front. I cannot control it as easy as I want. So every small, simple or big thing leads to not having or having a lot of streams. So I will do my best to make that happen. Yo, then I think I absolutely have nothing else to say. I need a little bit more water and maybe a nice meal. thank you so much for joining. I appreciate all of you guys. I hope I explained my experience with these guitars, and I will make Jake Bowen demo and review, not him but his guitars, his guitar, pretty soon. And thank you so much for joining. See you guys. Peace out. I wish you the best day, best week ever. And I need to make a nice emote